Alright, we starting off this tier list with Patrick, and, you know, this is based, like, solely on my experience with these characters, watching them up, growing up with them, where they might be today. And really, I'm gonna try my hardest not to count, like, season 9 or 8 and above. Patrick, he is SpongeBob's right-hand man, and I bet we can all think of, like, 4 or 5 episodes off the top of our head where Patrick wasn't there for our boy Sponge. And not only was he not there, we can name a couple times where he was SpongeBob's biggest enemy that episode, like straight up hating for no reason. But Patrick has been an OG and a real one to SpongeBob for like 25 years now, like over probably, or close to it. Like, it's been a long time coming. Patrick himself in the show is like a very amusing character, and I think his dumbness up until a certain point was very, like, introductory and glad to the show. But golly, gee, is he stupid. But he also has a couple of my, like, favorite episodes I can think of. The comic card episode, yeah, that's a fire one. Secret box episode, that's a classic. The one where him and SpongeBob whisper, like, bullshit roast into bubbles and then send it off, and then Squidward, like, interfered. That's a fire episode. We gotta give my boy Patrick A tier or S tier. Oh, I can't ask y'all, because this is solely me. What do I think Patrick deserved? Alright, it's official. S tier. Like he has to be. There's no way Patrick Star, the Patrick Star, is anywhere below S. He's been a real one since, like, ever. Alright, we got Pearl. Alright, there are so many iconic episodes that she's in. The screenwriters do her good by putting her in the fire episodes. There's not really any episode she's in where you think of it and you're like, yeah, that's bad. Unless the newer seasons, but that's any, like, episode. So we don't count that. Pearl has so many good episodes. She has the episode where SpongeBob takes her on a prom date. She has the episode where it's her birthday party. SpongeBob goes ham on swiping that card. I think that was a really good episode. She has the episode in Band Geeks where she plays a minor role, but a very funny role. I think it's unjust for me to put her in B, because as me, a person, I totally think she has every right to sit in A tier. I do think when she's on screen, it's a different personality from everyone else. She's very funny, and Mr. Krabs' daughter. So usually when she's around, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that. Mr. Krabs, I mentioned him once and there's money. That's crazy. Speaking of him, anytime Pearl's around, Mr. Krabs is around. So it's like automatic good episode. And when Mr. Krabs is around, Squidward's probably around. Like, it's a good time. Mr. Krabs, it's not even a debate where he goes. It's just all me talking about why he's there. Like, it's not a question, but I'm gonna tell you the answer. I'm explaining. Mr. Krabs gave my boy Sponge a job, fired him many times with actual good reasons, by the way. He's destroyed the Krusty Krab more than the Avengers destroyed New York. And Mr. Krabs every single time has forgiven my boy Sponge and then got his job back. Even though, like, Mr. Krabs, every single episode he's in is usually fire. Good grief, he's naked. Like, he has that one scene where he's washing the car and he's like, he thick as hell. Like Mama Pratt. Mr. Krabs every day deserves S tier. Not to mention, like I said, he has Pearl. Pearl, you obviously know, isn't this man's son, yet he's taken care of her. And, like, quite well, too. Like, Pearl likes to act like she got the worst life, but Mr. Krabs try his best. And the next day, and the next day, and yeah, there's so many good quotes. I mean, it is possible Mr. Krabs piped a whale. He likes Mrs. Puff, so it's proven he likes them on the thicker side. Like, so, like, he could have whaled up, like, you know? He said, what that blowhole do? I'm like, whoa, Mr. Krabs, stop it. Not to mention, you see all these NPCs above Mr. Krabs right here. You know who keeps them alive. You know who sustains them when they're hungry as hell, looking for something other than a nasty chumstick. Hurry, SpongeBob, the music is getting faster. Oh yeah, the boating episode. That's fire, bro. And he came up with the Krusty Krab pizza. Alright, so throw you a little curveball from the main characters. We got Bubble Bass. Now, points for being the thick as hell. Like, we've seen all those episodes. You know, his shit like 2 balloons rubbing together. That shit's crazy. And they complaining when Bubble Bass sits on that. I'm like, bro, please. Hold on. How old is Bubble Bass? Yeah, he's for sure like 20 something. I'm good. Bubble Bass, however, is not the GOAT. Personality-wise, fucking D, F tier. If this was a ranking on, like, ooh, who do I like the most? It's probably DC tier. But you gotta admit, the episodes Bubble Bass is in, they're all extremely entertaining, and you're always kind of hoping that Bubble Bass is there. So why would it make sense for this man to be in D or F or C or something when he like is wanted by the audience to come back? That makes no sense. So because of this dude, I'm adding a C plus tier, because that's definitely where I think he deserves. C is just not there, and B is like way too high for Bubble Bass. So C plus. So Man Ray is for sure every day above what, the Dirty Bubble? Ew, what is that? That sounds funky. What the hell is the Dirty Bubble? That sounds like a known location for crackheads to go out and meet. Like you're driving past somewhere, you're trying to find somewhere to park, your friend says, how about over there? And you're gonna be like, nah, that's the Dirty Bubble. All the tweakers hang out over there. And you're like, what the fuck? Dirty Bubble, I do like the episodes he's in. He is a definite C tier, where Man Ray, so this must be your wallet. Like, he's B tier. Man Ray is a good villain, and when it comes to that whole villain squad, he is the best one. He's in, like, one of my favorite episodes ever, and that's the one where SpongeBob and, you know, the pals, they get powers. That's one of the most fire episodes out there. And as for that Dirty Bubble, he only has, like, I know he's in a couple episodes, and I know I probably like the episodes he's in, but when it's coming, like, off the noggin, the only thing I can think about is the episode with Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, where they're trying to ditch SpongeBob while he searches for music, and then they get vored by the Dirty Bubble. Yeah, I ain't into that Dirty Bubble. You gotta be C. Karen, the most loving character Plankton could ever have, because Plankton, you don't got game, my boy, and Karen loves you in a way that, so back at the barnyard, you know, the old man, you know, of course there's gonna be cows outside, and his, you know, his annoying wife, Karen, or whatever her name is, that's exactly kind of like Plankton and Karen a little bit to an extent. Best wifey, and you know, she even, there was an upgraded version of her meant to be better in all aspects, and Karen still beat her ass. Karen stands on what she stands for. She stands on that ground. She'll be 4 wheels down before you're 10 toes up. That's hilarious. All right, gotta be A tier. I almost want to put her in S, maybe, because she roasted the hell out of Plankton by exposing his name as Sheldon. And, you know, she always giving him advice he should follow, but never does. You know what? Karen deserves S tier. Also, I'm going to rank them like left being the best, right being the worst on the tiers. So, Mr. Krabs, Patrick, and then Karen as of right now. And that's going to apply to everything else, so we can get a very detailed ranking. The SpongeBob announcing fish for the intro. And he obviously has a couple of other, like, little roles, but being the news fish puts hella credit on his name. But for some reason, I can't remember. Here, let me... Holy schmoly, you're right. He lives a double life. Alright, that puts so much credit on his name that bumps him up to B tier, honestly, and in front of Man Ray. Hell yeah, that puts so much credit on his name. Alright, now this is, you know, the intro person. You know, I was gonna put, you know, Fish in C tier just for being the singing person, and he only moved up because of his credit and job and line of work. So I think it's only fair if I put this painting at C+, and I do like the painting more than the Dirty Bubble. SpongeBob, or... Yup. My man Squidward, have to put some respect on his name. You can't ever forget him. Squidward, automatic S tier, and honestly, it's a little soon to, like, say this, but I think he might stay up there as #1. Cause Squidward, he has to deal with so much, bruh, and like that alone makes you sympathize with him. But the fact, like, the older you get, the more you're like, holy shit, Squidward's been in the right this entire time. Everything he does, hilarious. His attitude, funny. I wish that would have killed me. You know, like, who else is making those jokes? But not only can we, like, sympathize with him, like, for having to deal with SpongeBob and Patrick, he just wants to be left alone, bro. He is a very, like, relatable character in terms of everything. He did his part in the movie. He tried to help. He just, unfortunately, a little bit of a loudmouth. The Bubble Bowl episode, like, you know, he really said we gotta do this for 40 years, and then we die. It doesn't seem that bad, okay? Like, he wanted to put Mr. Krabs in his place, go on strike. What other fish you see in, like, Bikini Bottom going on strike? What other fish do you see standing up, you know, for the people? He just wants people to like music. He just wants people to like art, but instead, they want to munch on patties and go jellyfishing all the time. Like literally all the time. Alright, you know, we gotta pair them together. We got Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. One of the best, freshest duos in TV history, and I already know who I like better. First off, Adam West. You got it. Alright, so immediate A tier. And in front of him, just as a character, I like Barnacle Boy a lot. I like him a lot. Not as much as Pearl, but Barnacle Boy funny as hell. They both try to help out Sponge even though they really know they shouldn't and they're annoyed, but they go out of their comfort zone to make, you know, nostalgic fans happy, where a lot of actors nowadays don't do that. Not to mention that they stayed underwater to help Bikini Bottom residents. You know how like easy it would have been for them to just have the good life or be criminals themselves? But they chose the good path. You gotta have them in A tier. Applauding both of them. Very, very good. Mrs. Puff S tier. Her lore is extensive more than you know. Her lore is badass, and she's kind of up there on the badass scale with Karen. Except a little bit further, except she's very relatable, kind of like Squidward. Big fat meanie. We got the egg episode, the good noodle episode, stealing the car episode, the prison episode. There's so many fire episodes she's in that she's actually gonna rank above Karen and almost Patrick, but well, nah. Almost though. Mrs. Puff, amazing. Yeah, definite S for Sandy. There's no world where she doesn't get it. I'll put her in front of Karen, but I feel like there's, like, Mrs. Puff, almost every episode she's in, it's fire. Like, S, A tier, A+. You know, extra credit type shit. Extracurricular. Sandy, yes, there's a lot of episodes where she's, like, high tier. But there's also episodes where Sandy is the cause reason that you don't like it because of her scientific bullshit or she's just, like, prohibiting fun. But at the same time, gotta put credit on the good episode Sandy's in. We got the episode where her and the land critters try to like fight each other and prove who's better. They go on land. She's like almost the entire reason, I think, if I remember correctly, that the Atlantic special episode happened. The episode where they go to Atlantis, fire, bro. Straight heat. Fire. I wasn't a big fan of the episode where SpongeBob and Squidward merge into some fucking homunculite. Alright, Flying Dutchman. He's not really like the main plot point of a lot of episodes. He's usually just a background character to mess around or scare. But every time he's here, he's usually funny. Either messing with Mr. Krabs on that one episode, trying to steal his soul. That's funny as hell. The episode where, you know, SpongeBob tries to get him crunk again. That's funny. The episode where they climb the anchor and he keeps torturing Squidward. That's funny as fuck. I'm willing to put him in A tier. Am I willing to put him in front of them? Yes, I am. I think that is probably where Flying Dutchman deserves to go. Davy Jones' locker, the perfume scene. It prevents scurvy, like you know. Plankton S tier. And he's right there, right in front of Patrick. Wait, is he? Is he? Yes, he is. Damn right. Yeah, hell yeah, he is. Plankton is like the entire cause for the SpongeBob movie, which is like my favorite movie of all time. The perfume scene was shot in an actual Macy's. That's funny as hell. Alright, the one and only, the man, the fry cook, the patty flipper himself, SpongeBob. Now, it's not even a question. He's an S tier, but the question is where? Because being a main character, that unfortunately means any, like, bad episode, you're in it. Like, you're in it. You're probably the cause of it. You could have stopped it, but you didn't. But any fire episode, you're the cause. It's really hard to judge. Because there's so many bad, unfortunately, with the newer seasons, and so much good that it's hard to really find the medium. But if I'm thinking about just the good, I have to put the fry cook in front of Mr. Krabs. I know a lot of people probably like Mr. Krabs a lot more. By the way, Mr. Krabs is the voice actor of Hank from Detroit Become Human. I thought that was funny as hell. The OG SpongeBob for sure, S tier right here. Season 4 to 6 SpongeBob, he's probably right here. And season like 8, 9 and above, he's probably like right here. but I gotta rank him at his peak at what I remember him most for. Why would you go to like McDonald's or something ordering shit you don't like? You're obviously gonna go there to order shit you like. So if I'm watching SpongeBob, I'm clearly not gonna think and watch the shit episodes. I'm gonna go back to watch the good ones. I gotta rank that for what it is, and it's right there. Someone said, hold on, this dude just said Gary is A. No way, Gary is straight heating to S tier. He's gonna be lower S tier. But this is my tier list. I gotta let my personality flow, and my personality says S tier, bitch. Gary deserves that, especially, every time I think of Gary, it's always like, good episode. He just wanted the cookie in his pocket. He's hella smart and like thoughtful in the dreams before SpongeBob evades them. He tried his best to appease SpongeBob at a race, even though it was physically killing him. Gary had that entire episode where he, got lost. SpongeBob, Gary come home. Like, Gary go to S tier. That's your home. No way Gary below that. Gary is too fire. Larry the Lobster. Y'all heard that song he dropped, Dumbbell? That goes dummy hard. Like, that itself should give Larry some respect. Hold on, let me stop. But like, for real though, Larry is a really good episode, and I won't lie, I think the top is getting a little too crowded right now, so I'm gonna put Larry at the top of B tier. It's a good medium for him, and I think the episodes he's in, he's a supporting character. Sometimes he supports too much and makes SpongeBob like feel bad that he's not good enough. He's a good rounded character, and I like to see him in the episodes. Living like Larry, exactly. Alright, so there is two different versions of King Neptune, and the one I like better is not on here. So if that one was on here, the movie King Neptune, he would be like A tier, probably B+. This King Neptune is a bastard bitch. He is not good. He has a huge ego. He treats the people of Bikini Bottom just like the Greek gods did to humans, and we all know they were assholes. Like, he is a not nice person that just wants to prove he's the best in the room at all times. He's first D tier. I gotta be honest. And he locked his son away. Did you know that? Like, he imprisoned his son for having different views. That's crazy. He might gotta go to F tier. That's the worst SpongeBob character. Like, granted, I think I remember his son being evil, but only because the dad was an asshole, I think. Squilliam, fancy son, personality, just like, dickhead, deadbeat dad. He's probably down here somewhere, but he's not. I know I said I gotta give people more here, but Squilliam deserves A tier. Every time he's on screen, it's some fire. Y'all can't even see me. Squilliam cut out my light. Squilliam, always tries his best to upstage Squidward, and he usually does. But because of that, we always have fire, amazing episodes between him and Squidward. The one where, it's trying to be the better house, amazing. He's Gary, I'm Gary, you're Gary, we're all Gary. I'm not even sure Squilliam was there. We got the episode with the band geeks. He's the entire reason that shit even happened and took place. The episode where Squidward has to, try and teach everyone to be as fancy as possible, and SpongeBob forgets his name because of him. The littering episode because of him. He's honestly A tier. At the bottom of it, but he's there regardless. Take a spot at the table. Alright, I won't even lie. I respect Patchy and Polly. They OGs. They obviously here since the beginning. But I can't even lie. When I was a child and I saw them on screen, I was like, man, damn, get to the cartoon. Get to the cartoon. Get out of here. Where's the cartoon? I don't want to see you go hunt for the lost episode for 16 minutes, 2/3 of the fucking show. I want to see SpongeBob. They definitely don't deserve C tier. I am going to put them in C+, but they're high C+. I'm actually going to put Polly behind Bubble Bass in this, but he's going to stay firmly there. Oh, so that's Perch Perkins. Yeah, bitch boy McGee right here. You know what, Polly? You're going to have to go to C, low-key. Make some room, bruh. Because, Perch Perkins, for sure C+ tier. He has to be. Polly, I'm sorry, but every time I think of you, I always remember you dissing on my man Patchy. Every time, and he took good care of you. I think his most memorable roles are probably Krusty Krab too, so, a little bit of respect, Alright, now these are the top 5 NPC fishes that I think deserve to be ranked. Obviously, we got some up here that are very memorable. This is the mom fish. Like, you can't talk to my son like that. This is the chocolate dude. His name is Nat Peterson. No way. No way. That's like, that you got an actual name for this fish. Oh my god. Haha, bruh. Haha. Just for that, my boy Drake. Drake. We can't put him. Oh yeah, we can. Hold on, let me stop. Meme is over. Meme's done. Let's get back to reality. I would say above Dirty Bubble. That sounds about right for him. He's one of the kind of least memorable fish. I already know people in the comments are gonna complain I ain't putting chocolate fish somewhere. So, you know what? Chocolate fish for, like, the main episode you were in? C+. Why not? That doesn't necessarily mean you're better than Polly or Dirty Bubble. It's just for that episode, you're good. Every other episode where you're your background character, you're like, right here, dude. How many times we gotta teach you this lesson, old man? You know what's crazy? For some reason, I remember more than that. I remember him taking a big-ass bite out of some heart-stopping food and then just guzzling some mayonnaise. Like, he was going downtown on that mayonnaise, like straight from the container. And as a kid, I used to not like mayonnaise, so I was like, ugh. That's funny. I do like him as one of like the better fishes, so I'm gonna put him right behind Bubble Bass. Alright, so this is the dude where Mr. Krabs almost broke off his arm for a penny. And I think he's also the dude to get hurt a couple times and like just be a little bit of the butt of a joke. The millionth customer or something like that. He's not very memorable too much, so I probably am gonna put him behind Dirty Bubble unless y'all put some credit on his name real quick. Alright, Fred, y'all been waiting for this, so you're gonna keep waiting. Alright, so we got this old ass fish. He's the one that's like, excuse me, lady. And then he's like, oh, that's a foxy mama right there. How is he Johnny Bravoing, like, fishes at the age of 212? Like, you old as dirt, bro. You and Hustis Bag? Hustis Bag probably caught your ass when he was, like, 7 during a fishing trip where his brother did better than him. And yo ass got tossed back because you were pathetic fish. And now you're here trying to rizz up fish. That's crazy. I love the young people. Is that what Old Fish said? Alright, it's only fair that him and the Dirty Bubble are next to each other. Fred, this man has lived quite a rough life. I think he deserves A tier. He is such a good NPC. This motherfucker got his own episode. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how you achieve a lightness. Is like like, he did it. He's him. He got the promotion, he got the raise, he got the $10,000 sign-on check, and he's there. Yes, sir, but keep in mind, this entire ranking is, like, just my opinion. I hope you guys liked this. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. You guys are so amazing for watching this. Don't be afraid to follow my Twitch, KUSH Carnivore, and I dare every single one of you to have a good day.